We want y'all to hear that music. Welcome back to the second hour of LoveBabz Love Talk. You're listening to me on 103.5 WNHH, live streaming on the New Haven Independent, Facebook, YouTube, X, wherever Harry has us. Wherever Harry has us live, that's where we at. That was a good set, Harry. I was like getting my little bounce on, getting my bounce on. All right, so I did I tell you I started watching because I didn't watch Breaking Bad when it was on for real. So I started binging it last weekend, and this is a crazy. This is a science teacher who, for some reason, well, he has cancer and he's about to die in a few months, less than a year, about less than 2 years. So he starts a methamphetamine production lab, and it is just the wildest. He's got a very pregnant wife and a son, I think, that is on the spectrum. No, has cerebral palsy. And he's cooking meth with one of his former high school students. And it is just wild. I don't get it. I do not get it. But I'm watching, and it's hella violent. It's got a lot of violence. Oh my God, it has so much violence. So much violence. So I'm gonna pick it back up because it's done. So once I'm done, it's done. It's just wild. I was like, what? What is going on here? So I don't know. I'm gonna get through it. I think it's like 3 seasons or so. They're like 8 to 10 episodes a season. So I'll knock it out. But I kind of see what the appeal is because it's just unbelievable. So I was like, let me see what the appeal is. And everybody was talking about it, and people longed for it and wanted to come back or whatever. So I said, now, and the other one I got to catch up to is Ted Lasso. I never got into that either. So I don't think that's on Netflix. I think that's on another streaming service. So I missed the whole Ted Lasso world too. So I might check that out. So yeah, so I've been figuring out what to binge, and what to check out, and there's been some good stuff so far. I've been watching, so yeah, there's some not so good stuff, but so far I'm about it. So I'm still trying to make my way through this thing. And I want to get this read because I'm so invested in it. I thought this is not my book. This is the book. This is the second book. My book is in my room because it's all marked up. This one isn't marked up. No, this is it is marked up. Well, the other book I have is marked up too. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll figure it out. I gotta. I think this is the one that I wanted to. I think this is my one. The other one I got is somebody else's because it's marked up. But I marked it up. Who knows? Let me just shh. Let me hush. Let me hush so I could not be all confused. That's what I'll do. I'll just be quiet about that book. I'm gonna get through it. So I signed up for summer legal writing. I think it starts May 17th. My summer is going to be held up. Yeah, so So it's the next 8 Saturdays from May 17th, give or take a couple of Saturdays pushed back because of I think maybe a holiday or something or other. And then they run right on top of uh the pizza play, which I think the first run is, oh boy. The first run is June 13th. So that ends the Soul Stitch um, retreat. So we'll see what happens. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of back-to-back stuff. And then I'm supposed to be signing up for a pre-law class so I could be ready to walk in the fall. We'll see. And I have to figure out how I'm gonna pay for this because I have no money. Oh, and I have to find some place to live too. All of this, all of the magic, all of this magic is happening. Just happening. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But then, you know, I can't be too worried about it, because worrying doesn't help. And worrying is like the antithesis of prayer. So I'll uh I'll just muddle through as best I can. You know, I'll try to do the very best that I can while I am it's just a lot of things. There's so many things. So many. So many things. But I am quite optimistic, you know. I am quite optimistic about finding a place to live that makes sense for me. Uh, uh, Having a place where I can actually do some studying. I need to find a place. If I need a place that allows me to have designated study space because that's going to be critical, for me. And I'm going to need space to study and to get stuff done. So I'll figure that out. Mm. So many things, so little time. And the summer is right around. I just, you know what? I think so much better when the weather is better. I think so much better in the summer. When it's cold and I have to layer up, I can't. It feels like I'm layering up my brain, you know. So I need to layer up a little bit. That's what needs to happen. And figure that out. But it'll be warm enough soon enough, you know. I think I could get the porch open for a little bit before I really have to start, packing these books up and putting stuff away. And so I need to do that. I think April is going to be the kickoff point to start boxing things up. Because at some point it has to be done. And I might as well just get it done, you know, and get things taped up and put away. And, I've only been here 5 years and I still have things that I've never unboxed anyway. But, now, the kids have all their stuff here. They're going to have to do something with their stuff. And, now I know how my mother must have felt when I had all my stuff at her house. And she's like, you're going to have to move this stuff. So I think karma, what is it? Karma is a patient gangster. Patient gangster. So yeah, so I'm gonna start that process. I need some book boxes. Uh, the little book boxes that you put books in, and then just start stacking them up someplace so they could go where they're going. And then figure this out. And then once I know, because there's a lot of stuff like there's some things that's just gonna get hauled away. I'm not gonna take, but there's some stuff that I'm gonna keep. So I'm delighted by that. Uh, but yeah, I mean, there's just some things you gotta just let go of. I'll spend my time doing that, and we'll see how it happens. But I feel like this is a very good season of optimism and magic and all the things. I think things are working out for the good, even though there's been some minor disappointments, minor, very minor. And I can't be distracted by the minor disappointments because there were some things that I really wanted and I didn't get. I was like, we put a bid on 3 houses and we didn't get them. And I know it's because landlords want to sell to slumlords with cash. They could close in 30 days or 20 days or 15 days or whatever it is. And they go over asking and it's already high. Do you know what I mean? So so I just find that a little challenging. So, you know, and then that's it. That's it. That's it. Oh, uh, that's it. That's the end of the story. So as I'm reading the news on the news on social sites, um, uh, ICE is all over the place. Trying to give Donald Trump the optics that he needs about deportation of illegal folks. I don't think it's going as well as he likes as he thought it would. And so they're just willy nilly pulling people off the streets who they think look like the profile. Brown skin, Mexican, black skin, Caribbean, you know, and and they're just going on that alone. And I'm thinking to myself, do they not know America? Like all kinds of people here, all kinds of people, but they are committed to white supremacy. And when you are committed, oh, this man, child, you trying to do stuff with all these balloons. This is the worst. You should leave them in the store and come back when it's not so. uh, hmm, it's just wild. Yeah. Daily Beast. I used to, I, what, uh, wasn't the Daily Beast once upon a time uh, a respected news outlet? You know, I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to think about that. When they came on the scene, I thought they were honest to God journalists. Uh, I don't know. These just seems strange to me. I think all these news outlets You know who I follow? I follow Dan Rather. Dan Rather be out here popping off at the mouth, boy. He just be like, he seems the only reasonable person that I kind of want to listen to. And Joy Reid. I listen to Joy Reid. I listen to Roland Martin, because they all have social media site presence. And I'm quite no, I'm not, I can't do it. So yeah, no. Uh, uh, so I've just I don't look at these like HuffPost, um, the Daily Beast. They just seem very entertaining. Uh, like it, but not in a good way of, but like gossip raggish. Do you know what I mean? Like, like if the National Enquirer had a social media presence, they would fill that role. You know. Uh, so they would fill that role, and I would say they're not doing anybody not doing anybody any good. It's very gossipy. I don't like news that's gossipy. Give me news that's like gives me the facts and all the players involved, so that I understand the landscape of it. But I don't know, this ragtag foolishness that passes as news now irritates me because I think TMZ does a good job for what TMZ is. You know, they chase celebrity. They chase celebrities. So I don't know why anybody else needs to do that. Anyway, just uh, I don't know. It's just wild to me. Very, very wild. So I see how people can get very, very how people can get very, very distracted and caught up in what passes for news because most people are not media literate, and it might be challenging. Uh, it might be challenging uh, uh, to sort of do the work of figuring out what's fake, not even what's fake, what's entertainment and what's actual news. And the lines for the last 10 years have been very blurred with that. You know, we went from infotainment to, is that music? I hear music outside. It sounds like it's in my house. That's how close it sounds. I think somebody was driving by, but it just sounded so close. So anyway, I would say in the last decade and a half, entertainment and news sort of entered into this unholy alliance, and people sort of bought it. And then here comes Fox, which really muddies the water around news with just outright lies and just making stuff up on the fly about things. Nothing rooted in actual fact or no credibility. And, a steady diet of that really is bad for the American psyche. It really is. And I think, when we look back at this moment in this last decade, with the rise of the Fox the Fox Newses of the world, we're going to really see where our shortcomings really are laid out and laid to bear. It's just wild to me. But there's not a whole lot I could do about it except preserve my own intellect and you know, pay attention to stuff that's credible and useful. Try to do that. So anyway, I tell you, I've been following uh Percival's book James, the take on Huckleberry Finn from a different perspective. And I so want to read this book. I'm telling you, I so want to read it. But I have so many other books that I really can't. I mean, I could do whatever I want. I could do whatever I want. But I get in the habit of doing that, these books are not going to get read. Oh, they'll get read at some place. And then somebody said I could just listen to it. So that might be worthwhile. That way I don't have to buy another book. I could just check it out of the digital library. See what happens. The book by James Everett, the book of Jay. What is the book? It's a retelling of the Huckleberry Finn story. Sorry, it's a retelling. It's another telling of the Huckleberry Finn story, and it was written by Percival Everett. Who, if I had opportunity to have dinner with him, I would, because I would just be wanting to, like, how did you get to here, and what were you thinking, and what did you find out that made you want to do this? Like, what was the catalyst for you thinking about this story in this way? Like, I would just be all up in that conversation like that. So it's a novel by author Percival Everett, published by Doubleday. It came out last year in 2024. And it is quietly or maybe loudly making its rounds. And it's a reimagining of the Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain, but told from the perspective of Huckleberry's friend on his travels, Jim, who is an escaped slave. So I really would like to read this book. It's just something about it that I can't buy another book. I can't do it. So I might have to just go and check it out of the digital library and either read it that way or listen to it. I don't know. I'm still wrestling with it because I got so many books in front of me, which makes it's just crazy. So I think I have to pick up some book boxes and start putting my books away. The ones that the ones over here, and then I'll figure out how to get them read and some of these books read this summer. Like, I need to really step up my reading game. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's the life I lead, you sucker MCs. That's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, so I just mentioned this book because I think it got another award of some sort or another mention. And every time, and I met somebody who I was talking to. Oh, one of the ladies on the panel was reading it. I was like, oh, I was really, really jealous by that. Can you imagine being jealous over a book that you could absolutely go get? So I'm just gonna, and you could read excerpts of it, like, online and places. Like, if you Google it, you can see the first chapter or the first few pages of the first chapter. And I'm not even going to read it because I know books are like drugs for me. Then I'll be over at Lauren. I'll be over at Possible Future trying to buy this thing. Damn well I have a mandate. I'm not buying any more books. So I've got stuff to do. I got work to do. I got work, baby. I got a job, baby. Yeah, it's a lot to do. It's a lot to do. I'll get into it. So yes, I'm on my way to the gym. I've got somebody's board meeting tonight. I've got a board meeting. Let's see. Yeah. Arts Council board meeting at 5:30. And then that's it. So I'm gonna go to the gym. I probably should get a few groceries because I need some groceries. I need to go and put a down payment on some eggs. Go make a down payment on some eggs. Need some eggs. And maybe I run over the edge of the woods and grab some groceries or Stop and Shop. I mean ShopRite. I like ShopRite out in Milford. It's fancy. It's fancy. So I might run out there and pick up a few things. I need a few things. So I'm on my way out. Thanks for hanging out. You know what? I do have a guest tomorrow. I've got who is coming on tomorrow, Harry? Oh, Roderick is coming on tomorrow at 9:30. And Anru at 10:15. So Dr. Roderick Ferguson is coming on to talk about Saturday school at the People's Center. And Anru is coming on to talk about getting our ancestors connected to us in the living world. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye for now.
What you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat. And me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet. You see, I am Wonder Mike, and I like to say hello. To the black, to the white, the red, and the brown, and the purple, and yellow. But first, I gotta bang, bang, the boogie to the boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the bang, bang, boogie. Let's rock. You don't stop, rock the rhythm that'll make your body rock. Well, so far you've heard my voice, but I brought two friends along. And next on the mic is my man